Hey guys, so it's your favorite glam girl here, Real Glam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this channel we talk about a whole lot. So today we're here to make it make sense. Yeah, we're here to glam my model and make her look make sense. Yes, so this is me here. I'm trying to I don't have a wig cap. Yeah, I don't have a wig cap, so I was trying to make a substitute. So I sewed the net down her head. I measured it, sewed it down her head, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put the wig on. So this is a wig I'm going to use today. And guys, I made the wig myself. I sewed it myself and then customized it myself too. I didn't bleach the knot. I don't want it bleached, so I kind of didn't bleach the knot because I don't know, make I not go that side, so I didn't bleach the knot. So but this is what I'm going to use today. Okay, so I'm trying to put it on her and make sure it fits properly, because I sewed it in a way that you can wear it without having to glue it down and all that. So kind of glueless wig sort of, but notwithstanding, I'm still going to because I want the whole look snatched, so I'm still going to snatch it with a glue. Okay, so this is me fitting the wig, trying to pull it to the center because this is like a center pattern, so trying to get it to the center before I cut off the excess lace in the front. So yeah, cutting off the excess lace already. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe for more updates so you get notified when I post a new video. And please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you find it really interesting and helpful. Okay, so with that being said, let me continue with what I was saying. So I'm being careful while I'm cutting this off so I don't make a mistake, because I'll be using this on a whole lot of clients, clients, models. So I'm trying to cut the lace in such a way that it's going to fit any other face I want to use it on. Yeah, so the next thing we did was wear a contact lens, and guys, I didn't add that video here because it was a tug of war, like really tug of war. So I was trying to clean off some stuffs, white pencils and all I used earlier, so I was trying to clean it off. So that's what I was trying to do here. So like I said, as I was saying, putting on that contact lens, we spent like hours. Not really hours, don't mind me, but it was really a tug of war. It was a tug of war. So, but here we have it on already. Yeah. So I just had to leave her to relax so she could cry all the cry she wants to, and then get relaxed before I move on. Then right here, I'm cleaning her brows. So I want to take out the excess hairs that would not let my brows be snatched. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. So taking out the excess hairs, guys, not like scraping the whole thing, but then taking out the excess hairs, so I'd have a very clean space to outline my pencils with. Okay, so that's that. So just watch and enjoy. I'll be right back. I'm repeating the same thing I did on the underbrows on this one. Okay, so cleaning it out. So if you notice, you would see that I'm not taking off the whole hairs, like I said before, just the excess hairs underneath. Okay, that's what I'm removing. So I don't know, people have their different ways of doing this thing, but as you're seeing, I first take out the excess hairs under, and then when I'm done, I brush the whole hair down, so I'll see the excess hairs that are that are upwards. I don't know how the exact words to use. So I trim out underneath and the top. So I take out the excess hairs there, but you would see the way I brushed the whole hair down to see the excess hairs too. And then when I want to clean the top part of the brow, I'll actually see what I'm doing properly well, so to avoid making mistakes. So after that, I dusted off the whole hairs off from her face. So I have to get rid of the excess hairs from her face, so I don't have hairs all over the place when I start working on her face. So next I'll be cleansing her face. This is I'm using the Adventure facial cleanser. Okay, so do I have one or two to say about the cleanser? Not much though, but it does cleanse very well. So it does the cleansing thing pretty well, so that's why I use it. So after cleaning her face, next thing I'm going to do is to tone her face. So I'm using the Vit Gold 3-in-1 toner. It tones, it hydrates, and it moisturizes, I think. Yes. So I like to use this toner because it kind of makes the whole work easier for me. It makes it easier for me. But that being said, English not my mate too. Next is to I'm going to be using a serum, hydrating serum from Blossom Makeup Nigeria. Yeah. So a hydrating serum, very, very, very necessary, very, very, very important. It's very important to use this before going in with your moisturizer, your primer, sunscreen, whatever thing else you want to use. So it's very, 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 very important you take care of the skin very well before going in with your makeup. So I like to blend this with my hand. I don't like blending with brush when I'm using this serum. So I like to use my hand because it's very lightweight. So brushes can take all just take up all the whole thing, and you'll be left with very few on the skin. So I like to blend it with my hand. So next thing I'm going to do is to moisturize, and I'm also using the Blossom Makeup Nigeria moisturizer. So you want to moisturize the face with an oil-free moisturizer. Yes, these moisturizers are they're gel-based, so you want to moisturize the face very well, so it will be hydrated too. Yes. One of the things that a gel moisturizer does is to keep the skin hydrated. That's one of the things that these gel moisturizers they do. So next, I'm using my Becca primer. So I'm putting this in all the places I know she might bring out oil. That might get oily. Jesus Christ. Oh, English. So I'm using it on the areas that tend to get oily easily. So on the T-zone, you know where the T-zone is already. So I also kind of used it on a cupid bow because I don't know, her skin type, she has a dry skin, but then people with dry skin also tend to sweat a lot. So so I used it on the cupid bow in case she might want to sweat. So the foundation I'm using I used the Maybelline Fit Me and the House of Tara foundation. So I mixed the two. I can't remember the shades, but I mixed them, the both of them, to kind of get exactly what I want. So yeah, this is me blending in this foundation. I'm trying to spread it all over her face with my brush first before I will go in with the blending. So I need to spread it everywhere first. So then before I use this foundation, I kind of spread her face. I kind of locked up the whole skin prep I did with a hydrating spray. So more I use, because she has a dry skin, so mainly the products I use for the prep is mainly for hydrating, because she has a dry skin, so you need to keep water on that skin. So mainly I use them more of hydrating products for her prep. So, and I also locked it in with a hydrating spray, so everything will just come together. So yeah, so this is me spreading the foundation all over her face, and after that I'm going to blend. So the foundation shade, this particular shade I'm using, so if you watch, you would see that her face and her body is the same color. If you noticed, if you look at her hand, you look at her neck, you look at her face, everything is same shade. So I don't want to, the shade I'm using on her face right here is a bit light, just a tone lighter than her skin. So why did I do this? If her face was dark, I would want to match with the body, or either match the body to the face, either of them. But then they are all same, so I used a foundation that a little bit light, so that by the time I'm done with her skin, it won't look too dark. Okay, the whole thing is not going to look so dark, and by the time you set with your spray, everything is just going to come together. And I don't know, maybe if she kind of goes out under the sun, the whole thing might just become too darker than her skin. So that's why I did it. So the palette I used is from Tehila Cosmetics. So I picked a cream blush and then mixed it with the leftover foundation I have at the back of my palm. So I mix it with the foundation. Most times these things tend to be oily, though Tehila is not really oily like TM Essentials. So I mixed it with the leftover foundation I have at the back of my palm, so it won't really get it won't really crease and stuff like that. So yeah, this is me now. I'm placing the concealer shade I want to use on her face. So the concealer palette I'm using is from, I think, FBH Cosmetics. Yes, and guys, since I got this palette, I don't think I've touched any of my concealers, because this palette is so nice, so nice. But then I get a lot of complaint about it. But if you don't know how to use this, it might mess up your work. But the concealer is really nice if you know how to use it. Yes, if you know how to. It has a whole lot of shade. And one thing I like about it is that it's not like other concealer palettes I've used, that their shades are not really, they're not skin shade. I don't understand the shades, but this right here is wow, really giving. So I'm blending out the concealers I placed on her face. So remember, I did the cheek first with the cream blush before I went in with the concealers. So yeah, I'm blending out. So done blending and setting, and then I'm trying to right now I'm going ahead to snatch her nose. So but then I don't know, I think I thought my video was recording and it really wasn't, so that was why the whole other parts was skipped and all that. So this is me snatching her nose. So I'm creating a Y kind of line, I don't know the words to use, a Y kind of illusion on her nose from underneath her eyebrows down to the bridge of her nose. Okay, so if you watch, you'd see I have a setting powder right at the middle of the whole thing. So I have that setting powder there, so it will enable me know my boundaries, where I'm not to touch. Okay, so that's why I have that setting powder there. It kind of helps me know my boundaries and all that. So sorry, excuse me. So this is me snatching her nose, and you could see everything is coming together. So I also, when setting the nose, I also repeat the Y something when I'm setting, I'm trying to snatch that nose. So straight to the brows, straight to her brows. So I'm using a brow tint. I use a brow tint first, then allow it dry. I can't remember. I think, okay, this brow tint, I got it from AliExpress. I think it's called Pop Field. Since the day I came across this, I've never ever used any other brow tint apart from this one. Guys, it is always giving. It kind of sets the brow, take out any kind of shine, oil or whatever, and then gets it ready for the job. Okay, so I'm not using a brow pencil, I'm using a brow gel to fill in her eyebrows. Okay, I'm using a brow gel, and then I'm following her brow line exactly the way, when I was trimming that brow, I told you I'm taking out excesses that would get into my way when I'll try to, or when I want to outline her brows. So that's what I'm doing right now. Excesses off, and then I'm following her brow lines exactly the way I trimmed it. Okay, so guys, keep watching. I'll be right back. So right now I'm using a pencil to mimic hairline strokes on her brows, mostly at the beginning part of her brows. So I'm using pencil. So I used a color 3 Davis pencil to do that. So that being done, sorry, I skipped a whole lot of videos here because I was having a space issue. So I would think my phone is recording, and voila, it wasn't. So here I'm trying to line. I'm lining. I'm lining her eyes with my line. I think the line I used was from Hegai and Esther. That's the product I used. So I think I already lined her waterline underneath, and I did create a cat eye liner kind of. I don't know if I've done that here, but let's be watching, we'll find out. Okay, yeah, so I did the cut outline already. So guys, doing this is not easy at all. Okay, so she was feeling her face. She was beginning to feel her face, vibing to the whole thing. Yeah. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? And give this video a thumb up if you find it very helpful. Okay, give it a thumb up so your girl can do more. All right, so with that being said, the next on the menu is to use go ahead and use a mascara on her lashes. So yes, it's very important to do this. So you take out, if you have powders on her lashes, take it all out, and then also snatch her lashes, her lower line lashes to it kind of makes the eyes pop, and all that. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. And then when I'm done, I'll also brush lashes, upper line lashes, to take out any excess powder, shadows, whatever I have there, so that by the time I put on I wear her lashes, the colors are not going to be different. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. So guys, this thing is not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the weak. Man, my mother was at some point she began to feel sleepy and all tired and all that. Upon say I try to make her day fast though, but still, yeah, this is makeup is, it's not for the weak. Okay, so right here I was already taking care of the lip. So I lined the upper part of her lip, and then I'm using a nude shade of lipstick. I think the lipstick I used here is from Classic, and then I can also use the Blossom lipstick palette too. I mixed the two up. I think I used the Blossom palette first before using a matte, because the Blossom palette is not completely matte. It's a stain. It's a lipstick stain. It doesn't dry. So before I used the Classic lipstick, which is matte, so I'll keep the whole thing in place. So this is me blending the lip, to get it snatched, that kind of thing. So when doing makeup, you have to blend. You don't get tired of blending, so you don't have harsh lines showing anywhere. Once the lines are harsh, that is a no-no. It's a no-no in the game. So you need to blend so that every color will blend into each other and come out really seamless, really snatched, really subtle, kind of. So next I did was to use the TM Essentials cheek glaze to glaze her cheek and some part of her skin too. So I don't know, I think this shade is bomb. Now forgive me, I'm not so conversant with the name, but I think this should be, I don't know, I think bomb. I think bomb is the orange one. I don't know, but I'll check the name later, maybe, and drop it in description box. So I'm glazing her skin. Guys, did you see that cheek? Did you see the way it popped that cheek? Wow. So set. Yeah. skin. Don't mind what you're seeing, but I'm very light-handed when I'm doing this, so it doesn't pick your whole, process, your whole stress, the whole thing you've done. Like if you press it so much into the skin, it's going to pick everything out. So you do it very light-handed. TM Essential is kind of it's I think it's more oily than Tehila. It's more oily than Tehila, but then I don't know, I like to use TM Essentials after, and then I use what's it called, Tehila before. Okay, yeah. So I'm using this highlight. This highlight is from, I think, Nuban Beauty. I think it's from Nuba or Yanga. I think it's from Yanga Beauty. Yanga Beauty Candid Glow. So I'm using a beauty blender because I don't want this all over the place. So I'm just picking it very little because I have a cheek glaze all over her cheek already. So I don't want to use a brush. I'm using the beauty blender because it just placed it exactly where I want. And it kind of, I don't know, when I use the beauty blender, I don't know, but then, so I used the beauty blender before I used this brush. So the brush was to like kind of pop it, but then when I used the beauty blender, it's not so shiny. It kind of blended it into this thing, the what's it called, cheek glaze. So that's that. So I'm also placing it on the eyes, so it will pop the eyes too. Yes, it will pop the shadow I have on the eyes. So I think that's all. The only thing remaining is her lashes, and then to set the whole face, so everything will just pop. So you see what I told you about the foundation thing. Look at how her face and her body is now blended together. I told that by the time I'm done, everything will come together. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. See you in my next video. Bye.